Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube class. In this video we will see how do we sort an array of characters or the string alphabetically by ignoring the case. Now suppose the string is India is great. Now how do we sort it? First we write this A and A, then you write D, E, this is alphabetical order, then you see the output as this particular thing. Now how we can solve this? We can solve this by using the bubble sort or by using any selection sort or something. Let me use the bubble sort and try to solve this particular thing. Suppose the string is India is great. Now what we do? We compare each and every character with its neighbor. And at index 12 we directly write the null character because we don't want to compare the null character. Okay, now by ignoring the case we need to compare. Now the string is India is great. You compare the neighbor I and N. I appears first, N appears later, therefore no need to swap. Next you compare N and D. Now D appears first, then the N. Therefore, you swap these two. Now this is I am using the bubble sort. This is D, this is N. Now again you compare N and I. Now we know that I appears first and N appears later. Now this is I and this is N. Again you compare N and A. We know that A appears first, then the N. Next you compare N and I. We know that I appears first, then the N. Therefore you swap it. Now you compare N and S. No need to swap because S appears later. Next you compare S and G. G comes over here and S comes over here. Next you compare R. P, Q, R, S. That means S should be over here and R should be over here. This is R. This is S. Next you compare E and S. Therefore E appears first, then the S. Next you compare A and E. A should be over here and S should be over here. Next you compare S and T, P, Q, R, S, T. No need to swap, and you see at the end of first iteration the largest element is bubbled up. Therefore what we do? We discard this pair. Again we go on doing the starting things. We compare I and D. We know that D appears first, therefore this is D. And this is I, it is ignoring the case. Now you compare I and I, we know that both are same, no need to swap because equal values. Now you compare I and A, therefore A comes here and I comes here. You compare I and I, both are same. You compare I and N, we know that I appears first and N appears later. You compare N and G, G will come here and N will come here. Next again you compare N and R, no need to swap. You compare R and E, E will come here and R will go here. You compare R and A will come here and R will go over here, and you see that the PQRS, you compare R and S, you know that the second element is bubbled up at the appropriate place, and again you ignore this pair. Again you go on comparing it. At some point of the time the complete string will be sorted alphabetically. I want you to pause the video over here and try to write down the code yourselves. Thank you. Let us see how do we write the code for it. Suppose the string is str, we say printf enter string and let the string be say India, and let us see how do we sort it. And let us write one function called as sort. Which string we want to sort? Str. And let us say the return type is void, the function name is sort, and what is the first parameter? Str. It is character one dimensional array. Now let's write this. We say void sort, the first parameter is character str of. Now this is the function sort. There is one parameter called as str. Whenever arrays are passed to the functions, the base address gets passed, not the complete array, and this is 1000. Needless to say now. Now what we have to do? I need not check this null character. I have to go till index 4. There are 5 characters, no doubt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now out of 5, if I place the 4 characters properly, the 5th character will be automatically done. Now that means why I need to go till index 4? Because the string length is 5. If there was one more character, the null would have been at 6th character, then there would be 6 characters. Therefore, what do I write over here? I say int I comma j. We need 2 indices. We say for the value of I is 0. I less than what? Can anyone say? It is string length of str. Now strlen is a built-in function available in string.h. Therefore, we said strlen till the string length I need to go, and we say I plus plus. Now the value of I is 0. String length of string India is what? 5. 0 less than 5. Yes, 0 is less than 5. Now, how does the bubble sort works? You need to compare the neighbors, and again you need to compare by ignoring the case. We say for the value of j starts from 0, and how many number of pairs are there? We know that in bubble sort the number of pairs is n minus 1 minus I. Now can anyone say what is n? N is nothing but the string length. N is nothing but the string length. Therefore, I can write over here int n is equal to strlen of string. We can write int n is nothing but string length of str. Therefore, instead of writing string length of str, what I can write over here? What I can write? I can write n and we say I plus plus. We say I plus plus. Now, if possible, I will change this. Now, j is less than what? N minus 1 minus I, and we say j plus plus, and we say j plus plus. Now, what is n? N is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. That means it is less than 4, as we say j is 0. Now, I need to compare 2 neighbors by ignoring the case. Therefore, what we do? We decrease the case here. How do I decrease? I say ch1 is equal to 2 lower of what? Str of j. Now, what is j? The value of j is 0 and str of 0 is I. Therefore, the value of ch1 will be lowercase I. It will be lowercase I because I need to ignore the case and do it. And I say ch2 is equal to 2 lower of str of j plus 1. Str of j plus 1. Now 0 plus 1 is 1 and 2 lower means ch2 is equal lowercase n. ch2 is equal lowercase n. Now you need to compare if the value of ch1 is greater than the value of ch2, then I need to swap it. Okay, let's see. What is ch1? It is I greater than n. The condition is false because the ASCII value of I is less than the ASCII value of n. Do not execute this. You say j plus plus, the value of j will become 1. The value of j will become 1. 1 less than 4, yes. Str of 1 is n. 2 lower of n is n. It is still n. Str of j plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 lower of d is d. Now you compare n greater than d. Yes sir, n is greater than d. Therefore, these two has to be swapped. And what do I write? Temp is equal to str of j. Str of j is equal str of j plus 1. And what is str of j plus 1 is equal to? It is equal to temp. Str of j plus 1 is equal to temp. And what should be the data type of temp? It is character. I write character temp. Now what will happen? I am just writing here temp is equal to str of j. J is 1. Str of 1 is n. Is that okay? Str of 1 is equal str of 2. That means d will come here. Str of 2 is equal temp. That means n will go over here. Again you say j plus plus, the value of j will become 2. Now you compare 2 lower of str of 2. Now what is str of 2? It is n. 2 lower of str of 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. It is I. Again you compare n is greater than I. Yes sir, n is greater than I. Therefore I comes here and n goes over here. You swap it. Again we say j plus plus, the value of j will become 3. 3 less than 4, yes. Now you are comparing this last pair n and a. This is the other pair n and a. This is the other pair n and a. Now 2 lower of n is n. 2 lower of a is a. N is greater than a. Yes. You swap these two. A will be here and n will be here. Again you say j plus plus. The value of j becomes 4. 4 less than 4 is false, and you see that the largest element is bubbled up. And you see that the largest element is bubbled up, and you ignore that pair. Now you say I plus plus, the value of I will be 1, saying that one element is sorted. Yes sir, one element is sorted. Now again the value of j starts from 0. 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. There are 3 pairs. We will compare again. 2 lower of I is I. 2 lower of d is d. I is greater than d. Yes. Therefore, d will come here and I will come here. Again you say j plus plus, the value of j will become 1. 2 lower of str of 1 is lowercase I. 2 lower of 1 plus 1 is 2 is lowercase I is lowercase I. Now I greater than I is false. Do not execute this. Again you say j plus plus, the value of j will become 2. 2 less than 3, yes. 2 lower of str of 2. What is str of 2? It is I. 2 lower of str of 3 is a. Now this is a. This is I. Again you say j plus plus, j becomes 3. 3 less than 3 is false. You come out of this loop and you see that the second largest element is bubbled up, and we see that these two elements are sorted. Now again you say I plus plus, the value of I becomes 2 and j starts from 0. Now 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2. There are 2 pairs. Again we compare str of 0 and str of 1. D greater than I? No. We say j plus plus, j becomes 1. 1 less than 2, yes. I greater than a, yes. A comes here and I goes over here. Again j plus plus, the value of j becomes 2. 2 less than 2 is false. You come out. Again you see that the third largest element is bubbled up. There is only one pair. Again you say I plus plus, I becomes 3. 3 less than 5. Yes, 3 is less than 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. There is one pair. Now you compare d and a. D greater than a. Yes, this is a. This is d. Again you say j plus plus. The value of j becomes 1. 1 less than 1 is false. You come out. Again you say I plus plus. The value of I becomes 4. We know that 4 elements are sorted, and out of n elements, if I sort n minus 1 elements, the array will be sorted. Now I plus plus, I is 4, 4 less than 4 is false. You come out of this loop, closing bracket of the function is taken as return. The scope dies, you come back to main and you see that the array is sorted. Therefore, what I write over here, printf percentage yes, comma str, and we say return 0 and stop the procedure. This is how we write the code to sort a given string alphabetically, ignoring the case. This is ignoring the case. Thank you friends for watching this video. You may pause the video over here and make the appropriate notes. Thank you friends for watching this video. Please like to this video, subscribe to my channel and share the channel with your friends. Thank you. You may pause the video over here and make the appropriate notes.